The Bold and the Beautiful scoop for Monday, October 27th, reveals Liam Spencer will declare his feelings to Hope Logan. Also coming up, Sheila Carter will confide in Lee Finnegan. Plus, Hope and Brooke Forrester will be pumped for the relaunch of Hope for the Future. B&B spoilers tease Sheila will be worried about Deacon Sharp's therapy sessions with Dr. Taylor Hayes. As viewers know, she witnessed part of one such session, which ended with her husband embracing the psychiatrist. Sheila's already admitted to Lee that she's concerned about her marriage, thanks to hiding the truth from Deacon that Luna Nozawa was still alive. So when Lee shows up at Il Giardino on Monday, she'll tell the doctor that Deacon has been talking to Taylor. No doubt, Lee will conclude that's a good thing. She has a lot of respect for Taylor, and she'll tell Sheila the psychiatrist will get to the bottom of Deacon's issues. She'll also advise her to think positively. But will Sheila take Lee's advice? Meanwhile, Brooke and Hope will eagerly anticipate the launch of her revamped clothing line. They'll both be confident that with Deke Sharp on board, Hope for the Future will once again be a great success. Finally, Hope will end up at her mom's place, and she'll find Liam and Beth Spencer waiting for her. Beth will be excited to see her parents together, and after they spend a little time together, she'll leave the living room. Then Liam will open his heart to Hope. "I've put you through a lot," he tells her in the B&B weekly preview as he takes a ring box out of his pocket. He'll open it and show her a dazzling diamond ring inside. "What do you say we put our family back together?" he'll ask Hope. But will she say yes? Hey B&B fans, are you enjoying the latest CBS Sudser Beyond the Gates? Then make sure you join our free Facebook group. Keep reading the Soap Scoop, your source for the latest soap opera spoilers and B&B spoilers and news. And make sure to also join our B&B Facebook group. But if you miss an episode, don't fret. You can watch The Bold and the Beautiful online at cbs.com. Here are your what to watch moments and spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful for the week of October 27th to 31. Be sure to tune in to CBS every day to see how things play out in Los Angeles, according to Soap Hub. Monday, October 27th. Brooke and Hope are excited for the relaunch of the Hope for the Future line. Sheila reveals that Deacon has been going to therapy with Taylor. Liam shares his true feelings with Hope. Sheila and Lee connect over Luna. Liam and Hope tell the Logan sisters about their engagement. Liam gives Bill the good news. Hope and Deke talk to Deacon about Sheila. With Carter, Daphne reacts to Hope's engagement. Sheila reaches out to Deacon. Taylor attempts to take a more clinical approach with Deacon. The Bold and the Beautiful welcomed Jacqueline McInnes Wood and her character, Steffi Forrester Finnegan, back home this week. Steffi had taken some time away from her husband Finn so she could rebuild her life following Luna's reign of terror. Upon learning that Luna was alive and pregnant with Will's child, Steffi insisted on an audience with her former abductor. As that confrontation unfolded, Wood immediately proved why Steffi is a force to be reckoned with. Steffi made her long-awaited return to Los Angeles this week and instantly faced the most nightmarish scenario. The woman who kidnapped and nearly killed her was still alive. Once Finn revealed the truth about Luna to Steffi, Wood masterfully conveyed her transformation from pure joy to absolute dread. After spending a few months off the canvas, this should have been Steffi's epic return to reunite with her husband and parents, but instead, she was met with the devastating news. Wood brilliantly captured Steffi's struggle to come to terms with her new reality. Regardless of how long Steffi remained in Europe, she came home to a living, breathing reminder of why she originally sought solace. Although the Luna storyline has been cartoonish and jumped the shark some time ago, Wood stepped back into the storyline and made viewers feel every ounce of Steffi's pain. She had to reconcile that not only was Luna, a murderer, alive, but those closest to her kept it a secret for weeks, with no regard to how she might feel. Luckily for Finn, Ridge, and Taylor, Steffi mostly understood their reasoning for withholding information about Luna. However, once Steffi got over the initial shock of Luna's second chance at life, the fear turned into unadulterated rage. Her sole mission became to protect her family, and Wood is a skilled technician at navigating into protective mama bear mode, willing to do anything to protect her family from harm. Steffi made her long-awaited return to Los Angeles this week and to The Bold and the Beautiful, and instantly faced the most nightmarish scenario. The woman who kidnapped and nearly killed her was still alive. Once Finn revealed the truth about Luna to Steffi, Wood masterfully conveyed her transformation from pure joy to absolute dread. After spending a few months off the canvas, this should have been Steffi's epic return to reunite with her husband and parents, but instead, she was met with the devastating news. Wood brilliantly captured Steffi's struggle to come to terms with her new reality. Regardless of how long Steffi remained in Europe, she came home to a living, breathing reminder of why she originally sought solace. Although the Luna storyline has been cartoonish and jumped the shark some time ago, Wood stepped back into the storyline and made viewers feel every ounce of Steffi's pain. She had to reconcile that not only was Luna, a murderer, alive, but those closest to her kept it a secret for weeks, with no regard to how she might feel. Luckily for Finn, Ridge, and Taylor, Steffi mostly understood their reasoning for withholding information about Luna. However, once Steffi got over the initial shock of Luna's second chance at life, the fear turned into unadulterated rage. Her sole mission became to protect her family, and Wood is a skilled technician at navigating into protective mama bear mode, willing to do anything to protect her family from harm. Steffi's first course of action after the pain subsided was a trip to prison to put Luna on notice. The level of confidence oozing from Steffi when she walked into the visiting room was both mesmerizing and inspiring. Wood is a powerhouse performer who gives Steffi a commanding presence in every scene. This ability was fully on display throughout the duration of her interaction with Luna. Steffi was there for one reason, and that was to warn Luna that she would always be around to make sure she remains in prison. One of Wood's most magnetic moments of the week was when she taunted Luna about the fate of her unborn child. After Luna took so much away from Steffi, it seemed like it was sweet justice for the tables to be turned on the incarcerated mom-to-be. Steffi warned Luna that the pregnancy wasn't a magical fairy tale ticket to a life with Will. Instead, like Bill and Katie warned her, she would be separated from her child the moment it was born. Wood's Steffi exuded a polarizing smugness when telling Luna the Spencer family would never let her raise the child. Anytime Steffi is back in the mix on The Bold and the Beautiful, things feel somewhat more important and elevated, and this week was a prime example. Los Angeles isn't the same without her, and it didn't take her long to assert her dominance against the woman who caused her family so much heartache. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint that Ridge Forrester may deliver a 6-word warning to Deacon Sharp. Taylor Hayes' guard dog will inevitably react to the romantic turn things are taking, so Ridge and Deacon's showdown should be brewing sooner or later. Deacon is currently still married to Sheila Sharp, but they've hit a rough patch due to all the secrets she kept regarding Luna Nozawa. Sheila has been trying to repair the damage, or at least convince Deacon not to give up on her just yet. Despite Deacon's love for Sheila, he's struggling with how to move forward. Deacon is also facing plenty of Sheila naysayers who feel like he'd be better off dumping his wife for good. Taylor can't tell Deacon what to do about his marriage, but she's been offering guidance to help him make decisions for himself. Now Deacon is set to offer advice of his own and try to convince Taylor to fully put Ridge in the rearview mirror. B&B's preview video for the week of October 27 and 31 also shows Deacon gazing in Taylor's eyes and wiping the tears running down her face. Taylor and Deacon then lean in like they're going to kiss, so they'll grow closer through the scenes ahead. Whether Deacon and Taylor's connection leads to a real romance or not, Ridge is bound to get involved at some point. It's easy to imagine Ridge overhearing or witnessing a moment between Taylor and Deacon sooner or later. Ridge might even eavesdrop on Taylor opening up to Steffi Forrester Finnegan about her messy feelings for Deacon. Whatever the case, Ridge seems poised to confront Deacon and toss some threats around. That brings us to the 6-word warning that Ridge may deliver to Deacon. Stay away from Taylor or else. Ridge may not be in a committed relationship with Taylor anymore, but she's still the mother of his children and someone he's always going to protect. Deacon may insist Taylor can take care of herself, but that won't stop Ridge from getting in Deacon's face and voicing his displeasure. Ridge may argue that he doesn't blame Deacon for trying to upgrade from Sheila, but he'll feel like Taylor is off limits. Deacon and Sheila will celebrate Thanksgiving together, so does that mean he'll get Taylor out of his system by then? Could Deacon try and fail to fix his marriage to Sheila instead? Leaving the door open for a post-Thanksgiving romance with Taylor, the bold and the beautiful spoilers for the next 2 weeks, October 27th to November 7th, reveal that Hope Logan will make a life-changing choice while Electra Forrester's fury erupts. Deacon Sharp will also engage in some risky behavior, so here's what B&B fans can expect. During the week of October 27 and 31, Liam Spencer will put his heart out there and show Hope just how much he's betting on their future. Although Liam has been known to waffle in the past, he'll work to convince Hope that she's the only one for him now. Hope made mistakes of her own along the way, but she also seems ready to fully open her heart to Liam again. It's been a long road back to this reunion, but Liam will ask Hope to marry him, for keeps this time. It looks like Hope will accept Liam's marriage proposal since she appears to be wearing the engagement ring in another clip from B&B's weekly preview video. Hope will eventually head to the Forrester showroom for a meeting with Electra, Ivy Forrester, Daphne Rose, and Deke Sharp. Deke will use this opportunity to introduce Remy Price to everyone and summon him into the showroom too. Of course, Deke won't realize Electra already knows Remy far too well. Electra's about to put Remy on full blast for the deepfake horror that upended her life more than once. Remy also hunted Electra down and terrified her until Will Spencer came to her rescue. Ivy knows what Electra's been through and will rip into Remy as well, so Deke's about to hear some horror stories and could dump Remy over everything he learns. Remy will insist he's changed, but Deke will still struggle with all the awful news he receives. As for Deacon, he'll strengthen his bond with Taylor Hayes thanks to all the advice she's been giving him. Deacon will try to help Taylor get over Ridge Forrester too, so that'll leave them in risky territory. Taylor and Deacon will move in close, so is a lip lock coming up between them? Regardless, Taylor may ultimately come to her senses and realize this is inappropriate behavior considering Deacon is her patient. Deacon might consider working things out with Sheila, but will thoughts of Taylor and his new craving for her linger in the back of his mind? Of course, there could soon be some new Luna Nozawa developments as well, since she's determined to worm her way out of prison again. Will Luna pull another stunt as part of her plan soon? No matter what Luna tries next, Steffi Forrester Finnegan will no doubt keep venting to John Finn Finnegan and insist that Luna must remain behind bars. During the week of November 3 to 7th, Liam and Hope may focus on their wedding plans. This will be a joyful time for the reunited couple, one that they'll share with their equally delighted daughter, Beth Spencer. Beth will be over the moon when she finds out her parents are getting married again, so let's hope some adorable family scenes with Hope and Liam are on the way. As for Ridge, he may get updates on Deacon sniffing around Taylor and grow angry as a result. Deacon and Ridge are bound to have some showdowns in store sooner or later. Back with Remy, he may fight for Deke and try to prove he's a different person these days. If Deke is willing to give Remy another chance, that could rock the boat in his new friendship with Electra and create trouble with his team at Forrester Creations. The bold and the beautiful, spoilers say Deke will have a lot to mull over, so stay tuned. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers update for Monday, October 27th reveals that Luna Nozawa's stunt will infuriate Lee Finnegan, while Liam Spencer makes a remarriage plea to Hope Logan. At Brooke Logan Forrester's place, Liam won't want to waste another second when it comes to pursuing his happy ending. Now that Liam knows Hope Logan is the woman he wants to spend the rest of his life with, he'll propose to her with total confidence. Liam and Hope have a history of botching their relationship, but he'll think they're past all the drama now. Hope and Liam still love each other deeply, so Liam will want to put a ring on it and start living happily ever after. It took quite a while to reach this point, but it seems Liam and Hope are finally on the same page. Hope is poised to accept Liam's marriage proposal soon, so Beth Spencer will also get updates on their wedding plans and blissful family reunion news. Next, Deacon Sharp and Taylor Hayes will feel a magnetic pull as they connect even more. After Deacon turns the tables and plays Doc to Taylor in the coming episodes, major sparks will fly and could lead to them locking lips. Lee will make an appearance in Monday's show, so this could give her a chance to lash out over Luna's latest stunt. Like Bill Spencer, Lee may assume Luna arranged for her own black eye and argue that it's just more manipulation. B&B fans know there was a time when Lee thought Luna could find redemption, but those days are long gone, Lee has totally turned against Luna, so she may make that clear to John Finn Finnegan and Steffi Forrester Finnegan, as she remains apologetic for her part in Luna's latest round of mayhem. Luna has been getting some angry visitors behind bars, so Lee may be next on the list. At some point, it's easy to imagine Lee showing up to taunt Luna and warn that prison is where she truly belongs, regardless of how many shiners she gets. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say Luna will continue to whine about her baby being at risk, but Lee may contend this is just another one of her stunts, and nothing more. On The Bold and the Beautiful, fans either love or love to hate Sheila Carter. Either way, this lady is the show's living, beating heart. Unpopular opinion? From villain on The Young and the Restless to villain on The Bold and the Beautiful, Kimberlin Brown makes an impact as Sheila Carter, and the show wouldn't be the same without her. Fans love her and hate her in almost equal quantities, but none can argue against her being a polarizing character. As a grandmother to newly jailed Luna Nazoa, she never strays far from her villain arc. Fans of Sheila were vocal on the Soap Central message boards. Board user Daisy Forrester wrote, "This may be an unpopular opinion lately, but I'm really glad they've brought Sheila Carter and her family back into the show. Love her or hate her, she brings an energy that very few characters can. Sheila has always been the shock and awe factor, not just here, but on The Young and the Restless too. I've been watching since I was young, and she's one of the characters who has stayed unforgettable through the years. I think Kimberlin Brown deserves credit for that. She's a powerhouse, plain and simple. Every time she's on screen, she delivers. Some of the storylines in the past may have gone over the top, but I like that they're grounding Sheila again while still honoring her original impact. Making Finn her son and Luna her granddaughter was a brilliant move, and honestly, something they should have done years ago. I hope they keep her character layered and sane, rather than pushing her back into the extreme villain role. If Deacon and Taylor cross paths again, that could open even more interesting directions without undoing all this work. At the end of the day, Kimberlin Brown is Sheila Carter, and Sheila Carter remains one of the most iconic figures in daytime television. Board user ReggieReg added, "I agree with everything you said. The problem I had in the past was that the show would write her into a corner. They need to keep the character gray so they won't have to resort to an elaborate, ridiculous scheme to keep her out of prison. T-Day 13. Sheila will always be Sheila. She now can switch sides in a heartbeat. Yesterday so sweet to Taylor. But put Deacon in second place to her murderous grandchild who has not changed a bit. Still can't trust her. She is more likable now, but would never turn my back to her. If Taycon get together, then watch out Taylor." Ilif the Dusk replied, "I can appreciate her character because she has layers. She's not always one way. Sheila is capable of loving, but she's compulsive and passionate, and has no problem crossing legal boundaries to get what she wants. I see her now trying to do better, but being easily sucked in by a manipulative ingrate. She does not make the show. No one character does since Stephanie left IMO. Kimberlin Brown, if you read these things, we hope you realize how important you are to your fans. We can't get enough of Sheila, and long may she have complicated storylines. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say that Luna Nozawa and her new idea is probably the worst that she's ever had. That's because she is going to ask her father, Finn, to raise her baby for her, which in turn might upset the Spencer family. At this point, Luna knows that she doesn't have much of a choice, especially seeing how Bill Spencer has made it clear that she is not going to touch that baby the moment she gives birth. Of course, the Bold and the Beautiful fans had a lot to say about the matter on social media. Some even commented with, "What Luna thinks about who should raise her baby carries weight, but Will as the father also has to say so, and he is not incarcerated." As I've posted previously, if Will wants custody, it's pretty much a slam dunk, but if Finn, Bill, and Katie come into, the choice is not clear. Anyway, would Steffi want to be responsible for Luna's child? I don't think so, because if and when Luna gets out of jail, Steffi's family becomes even more of a target. Another critic wrote, "Will said initially he didn't want the baby. That leaves the grandparents. Katie and Bill seem kind of old, although older grandparents have raised kids. Finn and Steffi have young kids and are more than capable. Taking on Luna's baby isn't Steffi's birth control, and he's never mentioned wanting another baby with her. And then there was this comment as well. Finn has been feeling some guilt over the way Luna turned out with him not being there, and Bill's judgment has been all over the place. But of course, Steffi will take a lot of convincing for anything like that. Now, as far as what's going to happen next, remains to be seen. B&B fans will simply have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen. The Bold and the Beautiful airs weekdays on the CBS network. Check your local listings for times. It's going to be a big week in Los Angeles. The weekly The Bold and the Beautiful must-watch moments for October 27th. 31 tease that Hope is excited to relaunch her line and gets engaged. Meanwhile, Carter reacts to Hope's engagement news, and Sheila bonds with Lee over Luna, and late reaches out to Deacon. Tune in to CBS or Paramount Plus next week to catch all the dramatic moments in Los Angeles. Monday, October 27th, 2025, 9640. Brooke and Hope are excited for the relaunch of the Hope for the Future line. Sheila reveals that Deacon has been going to therapy with Taylor. Liam shares his true feelings with Hope. Tuesday, October 28th, 2025, 9641. Sheila and Lee connect over Luna. Liam and Hope tell the Logan sisters about their engagement. Wednesday, October 29th, 2025, number 9642. Liam gives Bill the good news. Hope and Deke talk to Deacon about Sheila. Thursday, October 30th, 2025, 9643. With Carter, Daphne reacts to Hope's engagement. Sheila reaches out to Deacon. Taylor attempts to take a more clinical approach with Deacon. Friday, October 31st, 25, 9644. Electra and Will stay strong despite Luna's pregnancy. Deke prepares to introduce his new boyfriend to the family. There appears to be a slow-burning storyline involving Deacon and Sheila's love story. This week's slow-burning storyline on The Bold and the Beautiful features Deacon and Sheila. But that could change if Deacon wants a shot with Taylor. Sheila hopes Taylor can work on their marriage, while Deacon isn't sure what to do. CBS's summary for the 2025 holiday season has already teased a slow-burning love that's still brewing. It's officially cuffing season, the time of the year when most single people feel lonely. Deacon and Sheila are feeling lonely since their tense fight. Sheila told him that Luna was still alive. The problem was that Deacon already knew. He should have heard it from Sheila first. Deacon has been discussing his marriage with Taylor. He wants to sort out where his heart should go. Deacon loves talking to Taylor, even though she's clearly there to help him, as a therapist should. Initially, the B&B spoilers hinted at a love triangle. But according to the description for the Wednesday, November 26th, Thanksgiving episode, Deacon and Sheila will be together at Il Giardino, but probably because they have to work together. Shockingly, Deacon hasn't fired Sheila yet. Maybe he knows better. She could come back to murder him in his sleep. They will host a Thanksgiving dinner with Daphne and Carter. There appears to be a plan to slowly develop this couple. Meanwhile, Deacon is caught between two women. He enjoys discussing his feelings with Taylor, but he also has a passionate and exciting relationship with Sheila. Meanwhile, B&B fans have been split on Sheila and Deacon's love story from the start. Their relationship is far from perfect. Their romance began after Sheila encouraged Deacon to kiss her, in an effort to get involved in the lives of their kids, Hope and Finn, who were becoming good friends. Deacon agreed to pretend to be Sheila's boyfriend. Over time, they developed a genuine connection. However, Deacon was hesitant to be linked to a cold-blooded killer. He should have given that a second thought before Luna entered the equation. Despite Deacon's hesitations about Sheila's criminal past, his feelings evolved into a genuine connection that led him to fall in love with her. He also believes that Sheila has changed and has no desire to kill anyone. However, that could change if Deacon ends up leaving her for Taylor. But the problem is, Sheila is back to scheming, lying, and sneaking around. She didn't tell Deacon that her granddaughter was still alive. She chose her granddaughter over him, and she's likely to do it again. This slow-burning storyline might fizzle out unless she can prove that she's changed. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that we've got the answer to why Hope Logan, Liam Spencer, and Steffi Forrester's love triangle is officially over, at least for now. Steffi and Hope spent many years fighting over Liam, who waffled between them more times than we can count. It helped when John Finn Finnegan was brought on as a love interest for Steffi, but there have still been moments where B&B toyed with fans and played up Liam's deep connection to her. Fortunately, it seems like the show's shutting the door on any sort of romantic vibe between Steffi and Liam. Although Liam and Steffi will always be linked as Kelly Spencer's parents, their bond will hopefully remain platonic now that Liam's going all in on Hope. Daytime Confidential recently spoke to Scott Clifton on the red carpet at the Daytime Emmys, so that brought some questions about Liam and Hope's imminent reunion. Obviously, you can tell that they're heading in that direction. They're finding their way back to each other, and I really hope, and I think I even believe, that it'll stick this time, at least for some non-trivial amount of time, Clifton said. Of course, you can never say never on a soap, but there clearly aren't any plans to revisit the Hope, Liam and Steffi love triangle anytime soon. It's great news that even Clifton believes Liam and Hope are really going to make it work this time around. Clifton talked about the journey that both characters have been on, as well as the epiphanies, lessons, and priority shifts they've faced. Hope and Liam have grown a lot since the last time they were together, so let's hope they've evolved enough to give each other what they need in this relationship. That fake tumor crisis really shook Liam and Hope up, so they've learned they can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to their family with Beth Spencer. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say it's almost time to put that family back together and grant Beth her wish of having reunited parents, so we'll bring you updates on what's in store for Hope and Liam. Luna is hoping a good old-fashioned prison beatdown will get her out of jail, but could it backfire in more ways than one? This week's messiest move goes to Luna on The Bold and the Beautiful. Upon returning to jail, she encouraged her former inmate to knock her out again. She hopes that this will secure her get-out-of-jail-free card. This week, Luna flashed back to the last time she was in prison. She asked one of the fellow inmates to punch her out, which got her pardoned by Bill. This time, Luna asked that same inmate to do it again, just not in the abdomen. The woman willingly punched Luna in the eye socket. Luna got a black eye in no time at all. She used this to prove to the prison doctor that she was in danger. But that didn't work, so she asked the doctor to ask Will Spencer to visit her. She's hoping that she can manipulate him into releasing her from prison. Luna has been waiting impatiently for him to visit her. She was overjoyed when he arrived to check in on her and their unborn child. Will assured her that he only cared about the baby, but not about her. But in Luna's mind, she believes she has him wrapped around her finger already. She thinks she can use manipulation and fake sympathy to get out of jail. This plan is messy for the obvious reasons. Luna hasn't taken accountability for her past. She only uses crocodile tears and fake sympathy to show that she's changed. However, she's back to her old tricks once she's on the loose. Also, Will's visit didn't secure her release from prison. He ended up leaving and going back to the office. So, what's Luna going to do next? Will she plan another beatdown so that he can continue to feel sorry for her? Luna's prison beatdown could cause more harm than good. Though the inmate didn't punch her in the abdomen, she could still end up losing her baby. Luna has been knocked around a lot for the past few months. Prior to getting pregnant, she was shot in the abdomen by Liam, who saved Steffi's life. Also, Luna was knocked out by Elektra not once but twice this year alone. Her body can take so much. She could end up losing the baby, blowing her chances at freedom and any ties to Will. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for the week of October 27th suggest some twists. For one thing, Deacon Sharp and Taylor Hayes kiss. Liam Spencer proposes to Hope Logan. Plus, what does the future hold for Luna Nozawa and the baby? Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Let's start off with Deacon and Taylor. After Deke Sharp told his father about Luna being alive, the restaurant owner confronted Sheila Carter Sharp. That was a boundary breaker for Deacon, and he walked out on his wife. Sheila keeps trying to get him back, but right now, he's getting therapy from Taylor. For the most part, Sheila seems worried but hopeful that she can get her man back. What Sheila doesn't know is that Deacon gives her hope while also kissing Taylor. It sounds like a secret love triangle is coming up. Over with Liam, he will put a plan to get his family back together. The young man has encouragement from Bill Spencer and Katie Logan. There was also Will Spencer, saying Lope is such an inspiration. So Liam is going to get an engagement ring and pop the question to Hope, while Beth Spencer will want her parents back together. Does Hope really want to marry Liam again? Loving someone and being in love with them can be two different things. At Forrester Creations, Deke walks into the showroom to face Electra Forrester, Hope, and Daphne Rose. Everyone is excited to meet Deke's other half. However, Electra is horrified when Deke escorts Remy Price into the room. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for next week, also suggest Daphne and Carter Walton could get closer. Plus, what will Bill, Katie, and Will do about Luna's baby? Lectra could have another heart-to-heart with Ivy Forrester about the situation. While Will wants to do the right thing and have his girl, it just might not be possible. If they get Luna out of prison, even if it's just to protect the baby, the girl will wreak havoc once again. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of October 27th, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint that Liam Spencer and Hope Logan's wedding could send Thomas Forrester over the edge. Will a dangerous mental health setback play out for Thomas as Hope and Liam prepare to tie the knot? Thomas and Paris Buckingham called off their engagement, which obviously left him pretty distraught. Paris was supposed to be Thomas's path forward after Hope couldn't commit to marriage, but that obviously didn't pan out. Thomas admitted to Ridge Forrester that he was feeling lost both personally and professionally. In addition to his Paris split, Thomas isn't satisfied creatively without a project to sink his teeth into. It may sting when Thomas gets updates on the new direction that revived hope for the future is headed in. Thomas may long for the days when he was the designer bringing Hope's vision to life. Now Deke Sharp and the others on Hope's team are getting the job done instead. Thomas may feel like it's been one blow after another since he lost Paris, watched Ridge Forrester break Taylor Hayes' heart, and isn't part of HFTF anymore. However, the worst blow may come in the form of Hope and Liam's upcoming wedding. It looks like Hope will accept Liam's engagement ring and agree to become his wife once again. B&B fans will recall how hesitant Hope was when it came to accepting Thomas's own marriage proposal. Despite Thomas's repeated attempts to get Hope on board, she just couldn't make that level of commitment to him. Hope wore Thomas's ring on a chain that she placed on her neck, which says a lot about the limbo they were stuck in. After Hope puts Liam's ring on her finger and starts planning their nuptials, it could push Thomas right over the edge. This could pave the way for Thomas to return and go off the rails, so stay tuned to see whether he might crash the ceremony or cause some other chaos. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Hope and Liam's wedding news could be tough on Thomas, so we'll keep you posted on his reaction. This week's B&B preview hints at a new romance blooming, while one couple reunites. October 27 to 31st will be filled with many romantic shakeups on The Bold and the Beautiful. This week's video reveals one couple is ready to make their reunion official, while another pair shares a tender moment. Here's a sneak peek of what's ahead. Taylor has been helping Deacon during their therapy sessions. However, this week, it's he who ends up helping Taylor. Talk switches from Deacon and Sheila to Taylor and Ridge. Deacon knows it was tough for Taylor watching Ridge reunite with Brooke again. Although Taylor doesn't want to talk about it, Deacon gets her to open up. Deacon encourages Taylor to leave Ridge in the past and open up to new joy. His words resonate with Taylor, who becomes emotional and leads to Deacon comforting her. As Deacon wipes away her tears, the two look lovingly at each other, almost as if they're about to kiss. Could this finally be the beginning of the T-Con romance we've been waiting for? Deke is making himself comfortable as Forrester Creations' new hire. He's already gained a friend in Electra, but that could change because of Deke's boyfriend. Deke has kept his relationship with Remy private, but this week, everyone learns about the couple. Electra, Ivy, and Hope are in the showroom with Deke asking about his boyfriend. Deke surprises them by bringing Remy in, and Electra is shocked to see him. Deke doesn't know anything about Remy and Electra's past, but he's about to get an earful. Remy seems remorseful for his actions toward Electra and will apologize, but odds are she won't believe him. Remy's going to have his work cut out earning back Electra's trust along with Deke, who might be rethinking their relationship. So far, things are going smoothly for the newly reunited Hope and Liam. But that could change with Liam's next move. He wants to make things official with Hope and proposes to her. Hope is surprised and needs a moment to give Liam an answer. She loves Liam and is happy they're back together. Yet, their previous attempts at marriage didn't end well. It's understandable she might be a little gun-shy about walking down the aisle again. Will Hope's fears keep her from accepting Liam's proposal? Or will she throw caution to the wind and become Mrs. Liam Spencer again? The bold and the beautiful spoilers indicate some major moments during the week of October 27 to 31, plus a flurry of casting news. The fashion industry can be a revolving door where characters debut, only to leave and then return. So, who's coming and who's going over the next 5 days? Time to find out. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that John, Finn Finnegan's mom, will return to storylines as Naomi Matsuda reprises her Dr. Lee Finnegan role. Expect to see the Mama Bear during the episodes on Monday, October 27th, Tuesday, October 28th, and Thursday, October 30th. In addition, Beth Spencer will also take center stage in storylines next week, as Jordan Gracie will appear on Monday, October 27th, Tuesday, October 28th, and Thursday, October 30th, episodes 2. Ivy Forrester is back. B&B fans will also get to see Ivy Forrester during the week of October 27th, as Ashley Brewer will reprise the role. She'll have scenes during the Halloween show, Friday, October 31st, and share dialogue with Hope Logan, Electra Forrester, and Daphne Rose. In other news, Remy Price will also be on the October 31st episode, as Christian Weissman reprises the villainous character. Fans will recall that he was Electra's stalker, so, as he is showing up at the Forrester Fashion House on the Halloween show, it looks like the drama will explode. Finally, Thorsten Kaye took his B&B Ridge Forrester character and did a crossover storyline on the soap's sister show Beyond the Gates during the week of October 20th to 24th. All of Ridge's scenes took place at Forrester Creations in LA, on the phone with other BTG characters, so he did not actually make the trek to Fairmont Crest. He offered Danny Dupree, played by former B&B alum Carla Mosley, a modeling contract. However, the condition was that her husband, Andre Richardson, was to be included in the shoots. Andre rejected the idea, so Danny had to too. This launches a new storyline surrounding Andre and a secret, so it'll be interesting if Ridge ever returns to the show for another crossover arc. What storyline are you looking forward to most during the week of October 27th? Comment below. Watch your favorite CBS soap daily and check out this site often for the best bold and the beautiful spoilers, news, and updates. The bold and the beautiful spoilers hint that Brooke Logan and Hope Logan could be about to strike at vulnerable Sheila Carter. They do not approve of Deacon Sharp being with Sheila, and now that they are somewhat estranged, Deacon's baby mama and daughter might see an opportunity to get him away from the witch. Hope and her brother, Deke Sharp, want Deacon to have a normal wife, not one with 8 toes and 0 morals. Deacon and Taylor Hayes are doing therapy sessions and growing closer by the minute. Deacon and Taylor are so aligned that Sheila is jealous. Maybe Brooke and Hope pick up on this as well and finagle to push out Sheila and push Taylor toward Deacon. If the knives come out, Hope and Deke will start to bad-talk Sheila to their dad. Thus far, they have towed the line and been polite but disapproving of Sheila. Adding to the impetus, Brooke could nudge Taylor toward Deacon. Brooke has a vested interest in keeping Taylor occupied so that she leaves her husband Ridge Forrester alone. Could Brooke and Taylor conspire against Sheila? A third attack could come from Hope and Brooke together. They have a vested interest in seeing Deacon happy and believe that Sheila is not the woman who can do that. It is tempting to sympathize with Sheila and her remarkable turnaround. But we are seeing shades of the old Sheila as she semi-stalks Taylor. Sheila also lied about Luna Nozawa being alive and having non-consensual sex with Will Spencer, resulting in pregnancy, and there is more that Deacon doesn't know about. Sheila got Remy a job with Bill Spencer, which is how he met Luna. Deacon suddenly has a lot of Sheila's baggage to unpack. Do you think he is better off without his current wife? What happens next on the CBS soap? What we have here is a potential win-win situation for Brooke, Deke, and Hope. If they can manage to break up Deacon and Sheila, they eliminate her presence and bad influence. And if they can nudge Deacon toward Taylor, he can presumably find happiness while neutralizing Taylor's threat to Bridge. What do you think of some soapy meddling for Taycon and away from Shecon? Bold and the Beautiful teases, as Hope Logan is newly single and Liam Spencer wanting to get back with her, but we haven't seen a lot of action on that front. That is all about to change. We're going to talk about what's next for Liam and Hope as we head into November sweeps, which kicks off next week. So Carter Walton took that engagement ring off Hope's finger when he saw she couldn't shake her attraction to Liam or her love for her ex-husband. Finally, we can see Hope and Liam are on the precipice of a reconciliation, but they're not moving forward. Not yet. We know Hope's wanted to be with Liam for a while, but they hit a roadblock during the fake cancer ordeal when he sent Hope back to Carter. He told her to be with him, get back with him, because Liam wanted Beth to have a good stepdad after he died. And then Liam didn't die. Hope realized that maybe she could get a happily ever after with Liam, but she was engaged to Carter, and so Hope was torn. But Carter saw what was happening, and he did the right thing. He stepped aside. He let her go. And then Hope ran right over to do the daddy-daughter dance thing with Liam and Beth, and he saw, okay, Carter's ring isn't on her finger anymore. And then nothing. Nothing. Right. This week, Deacon Sharp is advising Hope to go back to Liam and make things work. Deacon said, "Don't let it slip away. You know, your chance at happiness," because he's dealing with marital issues. But Hope's telling Deacon and Brooke Logan that she is not sure what the future holds for her and Liam. Hope certainly seems to be on a path to rekindle with Liam, but we've not seen them in a room together that I can recall since that daddy-daughter dance scene at the Logan mansion. Brooke and Ridge Forrester recently got back together, you know, and they remarried for the zillionth time, and they've been blah since then. So, we need some romance. We need some excitement. At the forefront is Deacon and Sheila Carter on the cusp of splitting. They're estranged right now, and poor Will Spencer having to deal with his pregnant rapist. So, I'd like some romance. I'm hoping that something exciting comes for Hope and Liam, and it comes soon. Brad Bell could be planning a slow burn. That's very typical of Bold and the Beautiful, but given how long Liam has been without a woman, it's way past overdue. We don't need that slow burn. And Hope's been thinking about Liam for quite a while. So, this slow burn should be at the point of exploding into flames. I hope the romance between them picks up the pace very soon. Let's talk about what is next for Hope and Liam. The first thing we expect is to see Hope and Liam have a first date. It might even be at Il Giardino, since Deacon's pushing Hope about Liam this week, telling her to open her heart up to him and, you know, don't let him get away. Deacon and Brooke might even set Hope and Liam up for a first date, unknowingly drawing each of them to Il Giardino. I could see them doing that. I'm sure Hope would love a romantic first date with Liam. So, that's the first thing I think we need to see. Second, I think Hope needs to come clean. She needs to bare her soul to Liam and tell him Carter was just a passing fancy. She needs to tell Liam she has also realized that her relationship with Thomas Forrester wasn't healthy, and Hope should own her part in the breakup of their marriage. So, she kind of had that conversation with Ridge the other day when they were talking about designers and stuff, but that's a conversation that Hope also needs to have with Liam. So yeah, I think she needs to explain that she went off the rails. She owes that to Liam. I think it's long overdue on Bold and the Beautiful. However, the failure of their marriage is not all on Hope. Even though she was hot for Thomas, Liam shares blame for the breakdown of their marriage because his heart was divided, and for the longest time, half of it belonged to Steffi Forrester. Hope felt that every day. So that leads us to what I think should come next, and that's Liam needs to bare his soul, come clean, and make it clear that he has cut his heart ties to Steffi romantically. We should get to see Liam confessing to Hope that he sees that Steffi is with her soulmate Finn Finnegan, and that Liam is completely and truly over any romantic feelings for Steffi. Liam needs to say out loud to Hope, "Steffi and I are just co-parents. There's never going to be any romance between us again. Nothing sexual, nothing at all." That needs to be addressed and clarified so Hope gets closure and knows that she will never have to settle for less than all of Liam's heart, because that was a big deal breaker for her in the past. Of course, Steffi and Liam will always have a connection because of Kelly Spencer. They'll be co-parents, but nothing else. Plus, Hope and Steffi are finally in a good place, which is great after many years of fighting over Liam, and I want them to stay in a good place. Something else that I think all Lope fans have been waiting to see is a true reunion. And for Hope and Liam to make love soon with no ghost of the past or other people between them. So we get their true soulmate vibe, that whole destiny feel. The last time Hope and Liam were intimate, if you remember, it's been years ago. Hope was actually fantasizing about Thomas at the time. So I feel like the viewers need, and they need, a palate cleanser to sweep that out of the way and show that Hope and Liam still have not only love for each other, but also that spark and that sizzle. I think we could also start to see Hope and Liam reconnect emotionally, and I don't think it'll be too long before we see them reconnect physically also. And once they do, I think their feelings will deepen and their reunion is going to pick up some velocity. The last thing is that I suspect we may see is that Hope and Liam get engaged and they get remarried ASAP. Scott Clifton did this interview on the Emmy red carpet, and he said the whole point of what Hope and Liam have just gone through, it can't be for nothing. So he's on board with Lope. But also, I just don't think that Hope and Liam can really move forward until they address these issues, until they say it out loud, say it in words, and get closure on the problems, these fundamental problems that tore their last marriage completely apart. Things that have been festering for literally years. There was Steffi, there was Thomas, and there was that endless love triangle. There was Liam's heart being torn, Hope feeling less than, Hope engaging in this rivalry and fighting someone else for him. And now that's all done. So after Liam and Hope have a heart-to-heart, which is, as I say, overdue, I don't think it's going to be very long before Liam pops the question and they remarry. I don't see them wasting any time on a long engagement. So, I can't wait to see what's next. And with sweeps kicking off Thursday, October 30th, we should see some momentum soon for Hope and Liam. On The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke and Ridge are married once again, but Luna's unexpected resurgence has thrown everything into chaos. While the drama in Los Angeles heats up, the woman behind Brooke is stepping into a new creative spotlight of her own. Catherine Kelly Lang took to social media to make a big announcement. And this time, it's not about Brooke's love life. It's about fashion, film, and a new way for fans to connect directly with her. On Instagram, Lang wrote, "You've all been so supportive and enthusiastic about this fashion short film since the very first clips we shared before the summer. I had initially planned to release it in August, but as I mentioned during the summer, I decided to hold off in order to create something even bigger, a more immersive experience that truly reflects my vision." Attached to the post was the teaser trailer again for Beyond the Lens, Catherine Kelly Lang. The caption continued, "Today, I'm thrilled to officially announce the launch of my all-new digital fan club, where all my projects will live. Inside, you'll find exclusive content, digital premieres, behind-the-scenes moments, and so much more that won't be available anywhere else." She explained where fans can subscribe, and further announced her film would be premiering on Monday, October 27th, available exclusively on my fan club, Miu-a. The comment section lit up fast. "Always beautiful and graceful and a perfect reminder that age is just a number," one fan wrote. Another chimed in with, "You're amazing inside and out, Kelly," while someone else added simply, "Living legend." There was plenty of excitement too. "Can't wait," one follower shared. Another wrote, "That's fantastic news, and I'm so curious to get to know this sweet and cute superwoman Kelly even better." One fan called her Energy, while another wrote, "Fashion icon." More fans poured in with love. "You are the queen, the one and only queen of Bold and the Beautiful. I adore you," said one. The Bold and the Beautiful's must-watch moments for Friday, October 24th include Bill letting Katie and Will know that Luna intentionally did what she did to Will. Plus, Daphne wants to know the status of Carter and Hope's relationship. Emotional reckonings and shifting loyalties dominate as both the Spencer and Forrester worlds brace for a dramatic new chapter. Bill confronts Katie and Will with harsh clarity, insisting Luna's actions toward Will were intentional, not a tragic misunderstanding. The tension between the Spencer and Logan families escalates as Bill prepares to fight for control and accountability in the fallout of Luna's pregnancy. Daphne returns to Los Angeles and wastes no time asking Carter about where things stand with Hope, stirring questions about whether their past connection might reignite. Lee saved Luna's life while letting everyone believe she'd died. Ultimately, Sheila found out, but she also kept the secret, which caused her issues with Deacon. Even worse, though, is that Luna snuck around and raped Will after his big celebration. It took Will a bit to realize he hadn't slept with Elektra like he thought. Finally, Luna dropped the bombshell on Will, Elektra, Bill, and Katie that she was pregnant. A subsequent paternity test that Bill ordered showed that Will was indeed Luna's baby's father. Elsewhere, Daphne is back in Los Angeles. She left after Carter rejected her in favor of Hope. Hope and Carter got engaged and planned to get married. However, during Liam's recovery from being shot and his brain tumor, Hope and Liam reconnected. Carter realized that, and he and Hope amicably decided to end their engagement. Of course, that leaves the door open for a potential romance between Carter and Daphne. The Bold and the Beautiful preview video for the week of October 27 to 31 reveals that Liam Spencer will have an engagement ring for Hope Logan, while Deke Sharp deals with some boyfriend reveal horror. B&B's weekly promo kicks off with Deacon Sharp dishing out some advice in Taylor Hayes' office. Deacon will push Taylor to leave Ridge Forrester in the past and make room for some new joy in her life. Taylor will get swept up in a close moment with Deacon, who'll wipe away her tears and lean in like he's going to kiss her. At Forrester Creations, Deke will gather with Ivy Forrester, Mux, Anikium, Elektra Forrester, and Daphne Rose for more hope for the future prep. Deke will apparently convince Remy to stop by Forrester and then drag him into quite a mess in the showroom. After Deke tells Babe to come on out, Remy will come around the corner and stir up some drama. "Remy?" Elektra claims angrily in B&B's weekly preview video. Deke's boyfriend reveal obviously won't go as well as he might have hoped. Elektra will no doubt spill all the awful things Remy did to her and try to open Deke's eyes to the kind of person he's dating. Remy will scramble to explain and act like he's learned his lesson, but Deke may push him away, at least for a while. Next, let's talk about Hope and Liam's attempt to enter a new romantic chapter. Liam will sit down with Hope and admit he's put her through a lot, but he'll hope she'll agree to put their family back together. The weekly preview video shows Liam pulling out a small box and unveiling a gorgeous engagement ring, so Hope seems pleased over this development based on her reaction. There's a good chance Hope's going to say yes to Liam's marriage proposal, so they may give their loved ones updates on some engagement news soon. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Hope and Liam's future looks bright, now that they're committed to each other and their renewed happiness. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Monday, October 27th, reveal that Deacon Sharp and Taylor Hayes will deal with some kiss drama, while Hope Logan has an amazing surprise waiting for her. At Brooke Logan's place, Liam Spencer will plan to pull off an urgent grand gesture. B&B fans know Liam has faced some medical woes in recent months, both real and fake, so he's learned a valuable lesson about going after what you want. Life's too short to live any other way, so Liam will plan to ask Hope to be his wife again as soon as possible. It won't be long until Hope comes home to an amazing surprise, since Liam's about to deliver a sweet speech and ultimately propose to her. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Liam will have an engagement ring ready for Hope, so he'll hope to slip it on her finger and spread the good news soon enough. In the meantime, let's talk about Deacon and Taylor's emotional moment, since they also have one ahead. Taylor has been a big help to Deacon when it comes to sorting through his difficult feelings, so he'll want to be there for her too. It was hard for Taylor when Ridge Forrester chose Brooke Logan and remarried her so quickly. Deacon will get that Taylor's still hurting deep down, but he'll also see an opportunity for her to live life on her own terms. B&B spoilers say Deacon will give Taylor a pep talk and work to convince her that she could have a bright future without Ridge. Deacon will think truly moving on is possible and will dry Taylor's tears when she cries right in front of him. It won't be long until Taylor and Deacon are leaning in like they might be on the verge of a lip lock. Some kiss temptation is definitely on the way, so stay tuned for updates on whether Deacon and Taylor will share a smooch. Regardless, Sheila Sharp will no doubt be livid if she realizes just how close Taylor is getting to her man. Hope ended her engagement to Carter, but now what? Does she want Liam? In the October 24th episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope has an intense discussion with Deacon and Brooke about reuniting with Liam. Everyone is telling her that Lope is meant to be, but what does her heart want? At Forrester Creations, Brooke, Hope, Carter, and Daphne sniffed the samples of the latest fragrance. They all agreed that it would be the perfect complement to HFTF. Then, the conversation shifted to Liam being alive and healthy again. Brooke encouraged Hope to give Liam a second chance. Deacon entered the room upon hearing Liam's name. He's been a Lope fanatic since the beginning. Deacon encouraged Hope to do the same. Hope said she's enjoying the present moment. She wanted to focus on Deacon's marital problems with his wife, Sheila. However, Deacon told them that they were only seeking a separation during this time. They have no intention of divorce. Regardless, Hope told her father to dump Sheila for good. She pointed out Sheila's bond with Luna, which will never break. Deacon told his daughter that love is hard. He also advised her not to let Liam slip away. Everyone wants Hope to get back with Liam. Later in the episode, Brooke told Hope that she and Deacon weren't pressuring her. However, she's better off with Liam than anyone else. Hope hasn't forgotten why she divorced her ex in the first place. He spent most of their marriage waffling between her and Steffi. She didn't want to get her heart broken once again. Although Hope enjoyed her time with Liam and Beth, she needs to consider what she wants to do next. The last thing she wants to do is jump into another relationship that will likely fail. She's already done that with Carter and Thomas. Brooke advised Hope to follow her heart. She could tell that her daughter still loves Liam. Hope believes they both learned their lesson in the past. Then she added, "How could I not love him?" But does Hope really want Liam back? Or is she doing this to save their family? Meanwhile, Bill encouraged Liam to fight for what he wants. He's a Spencer man, after all. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal a preview clip has been released for the week of October 27th, 2025. It shows Liam Spencer proposing to Hope Logan. Remy Price faces Electra Forrester. Plus, Deacon Sharp kisses Taylor Hayes. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Let's start off with Liam, who has a new lease on life. Now that he realizes he's not dying after all, he has some clarity. The man will admit that he's still in love with Hope and wants to get their family back together again. While Hope does love Liam and has feelings for him, it's complicated. The preview clip shows Liam proposing marriage to Hope. While she does smile, there seems to be a bit of hesitation on her part. In fact, it seems Hope could be in an impossible situation. The girl is a single woman again, but she doesn't want to make another romantic mistake. Hope even reminded Brooke Logan Forrester that things haven't always been easy with Liam. The last thing that Hope wants is Liam running to Steffi Forrester Finnegan the minute things get hard. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for the week of October 27th reveal that the preview clip also shows Deacon and Taylor getting even closer. Taylor has a tear streaming down her cheek when Deacon suggests they move on together. The man declares, "Why can't you just leave Ridge, Forrester, Thorsten K. in the past and make room for something new?" Then, Deacon slowly leans in to kiss Taylor. However, Sheila Carter Sharp might not take this news so well. In fact, despite Sheila's reformation, jealousy and rage could cloud her judgment. First, Steffi Forrester Finnegan takes Sheila's son. Then Taylor takes her husband. This could turn into a dangerous situation. There is also Deke Sharp. The man goes into the showroom at Forrester Creations to greet Hope, Electra, and Daphne Rose. They are all eager to meet Deke's other half. When Remy walks in, Electra is furious. What does this mean for Deke's new job? Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of October 27th, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Friday, October 24th, 2025, reveal Daphne wanting some answers from Carter. It's been weeks since Carter Walton walked into a fancy pizza joint and found Daphne Rose singing sad songs at open mic night. He sat down with her when her song was over, gazed into her eyes, and took her hand. We never found out what happened next, and we guess not much. That's because Daphne asks Carter about the status of his relationship with Hope Logan on Friday. Wouldn't he have mentioned that the engagement was off the moment he found her at Il Giardano's? Why is this first coming up now? Does Daphne just want to know if Carter is over Hope? Last week, Hope and Carter mentioned that they were still friends, so we suppose there are no hard feelings. Will we ever find out what happened with Hope and Liam Spencer? He noticed that Hope was no longer wearing her engagement ring, and that was it. We haven't seen Liam since, and the only time we've seen Hope has been when she is working on a new Hope for the Future line. We're sure Katie Logan, Electra Forrester, and Will Spencer are shocked when Dollar Bill Spencer tells them that Luna Nozawa did something on purpose. They should know by now that everything Luna does is cold and calculated. Is Bill talking about getting pregnant and appearing to have been beaten in jail? Since this is the same ploy that Luna used the last time, Bill may have a hard time believing the same sad story of another inmate attacking her. And what were the odds that Luna would end up with the same cellmate in what we assume is lockup? Because she never even had a trial or a sentencing? Luna's entire situation is bizarre, so what crazy scheme will she come up with next? Something tells us that Poppy Nozawa is trying to think of something. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say that Rebecca Budig is here to stay. But is this a decision that everyone is happy with? Keep reading below for everything you need to know. As many of our readers know, Rebecca has been playing Taylor Hayes for the past year. And while she's been dealing with a lot of heartache, including getting dumped by Ridge Forrester, and trying to find her place in this fictional town of Los Angeles. And while Rebecca has gotten a lot of criticism for her role, it seems like the producers have decided to keep her own as she has a new storyline brewing with Deacon Sharp. Of course, the internet certainly did have a lot to say about the matter. Some even commented with, "I've tried to, but I'm sorry, I don't. She's too young for one thing. She and Brooke should be roughly the same age, given their history in the story and the ages of Thomas and Steffi. I think she's a good actress, but this isn't the role for her." Another critic of the show wrote, "I also think it was a mistake to bring her in after Krista Allen. Krista brought such a fun energy to Taylor that is lacking now. I know they wanted to bring her back with that whole broken heart syndrome storyline that would have been hard to sell with someone with Krista's energy." And then there was this comment as well. Rebecca was more believable as a Taylor suffering so badly from a broken heart that she'd believe she was dying. But now, I don't know, there's this gloomy, Debbie Downer energy over the role that I think is going to need a big reset to the character. It goes without saying that fans will simply have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen next on B&B. The Bold and the Beautiful airs weekdays on the CBS network. Check your local listings for times. For now, let us know what you think by leaving us a line with your thoughts in our comments section below.